youtube.com/simracecheck. youtube.com/simracecheck. youtube.com/simracecheck.
Woohoo! Eller noget live og med biler. Ikke noget med at skyde nogen. Biler. Yes. Setup. Ja. Vi kom vist nok fra at være i gang med at justere noget downforce og noget ridehøjde og sager. Jeg tror egentlig også, vi var nået til at justere affjering på den her. Men projekt nummer 1 kører i hvert fald et par omgange. Og så lige få samlet noget data. Jeg tror, vi har det her fantastiske klump lag. Der var den. Klump lag issue. Og jeg har den onde lyn. Der var den igen. Jeg har ingen idé om, hvor det kommer fra. None whatsoever. Og det kommer jo. Det kører fint.
Pit exit's clear.
Det er klumper, der kommer.
Your brakes are cold. Let's get some heat into them.
Det kommer så til gengæld også helt fast og jævnligt. Og det er ret umuligt at redde en udskridning, når den gør det der.
Yellow flag. Watch out.
Og det vildeste det er, den har bare... Altså, den har ingen fornuftig årsag til at gøre det. Jeg kan sige, at jeg er på chatten i aften, så hvis der er nogle spørgsmål, så er det bare skrive. Umuligt at holde bilen lige ned ad banen, når det hakker så meget. Hvad sker der? helt ny slags lag, der ikke lige har været introduceret til før. Når man har prøvet de andre UAD-motorer, så kommer man tilbage i de her enkeltvæsensbiler, og så bremser det. Det bremser sindssygt godt. Vi har der i hvert fald... For det første så er der problemet med downforce bagpå, og for det andet så kan jeg umuligt køre med det der. Nu prøver vi sgu at ændre prioriteten på R-Factor 2-processen til højre og se om det hjælper. Ikke rigtigt. Der er et eller andet, der laver en eller anden form for monumental klump.
Limiter's still on. Disengage it. All clear. Push now.
Shit. Det er godt nok ekstremt spændende at køre med. Kæft, man lige pludselig så er man enten stille et sekund, eller rykker 2 sekunder fremad på banen. Wow! Jeg ved, hvad det er. Det er hverken varmerelateret eller noget som helst. Det er en eller anden proces, der kører ud over øden. Og det er noget, der mest af alt kun har noget med R-Factor 2 at gøre. Alt andet kører fint. Det er kun R-Factor 2, der kan gøre det der. Wow. Så hænger den lige stille, og så kommer den igen. Det er da for mærkeligt. Så heldig med at overleve sådan noget der, mand. Kører der af...
You're locking your right front into Arnage.
Ja. Det er også godt sådan her. Det var faktisk det hele taget i nord. Og det heroppe, det bliver livsfarligt. tør jeg da godt at sige. Ja, det kan slet ikke. Slet ikke. Det kan man slet ikke styre.
You've had a lot of air damage there, mate. The bodywork looks pretty fucked.
Ja, så nu kører vi sådan en skide game boost, der stopper alle mulige services, og så stopper Air Factor 2 garanteret og crasher med et brag. Jeg vil næsten ved. Systemprocessor stoppet. Det virkede sgu. Der er en eller anden ting der, service der kører på den maskine her, der bare driller Air Factor 2 i en grad, så den kan
Exit's clear. Push.
Det skal jeg jo lige prøve at lade være med at køre som en idiot samtidig. Hvis jeg kan. Nu virker det. To the max. Hello and welcome to any international viewers. Just running a few laps to collect some data. And we'll try to make the car go as fast as possible. And I'll explain a couple of things about the setup of this car. Oh, sorry. Try to be a little bit more concentrated than that.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Hopefully we didn't flat spot the tires too bad. Not too bad.
You're locking your front into Mitchell and chicane.
Not really. I'm pretty sure I did.
Cold tyres all round.
Is the game not on the screen? 2 seconds, 2 seconds. The game is on the screen, but it's sort of locked. Because something hasn't updated or something. It's OBS that's idiotic again. How can we make that work? We can add a new window capture and then try and select the right thing while I am parked. '19, 20. Nope, it just doesn't want to pick up the game today. Well, it's so great. First it's stuttering like hell, and now it doesn't want to pick up the game. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's I don't know what to say. It's still not picking up the entire window for reasons unknown. So what I can get is a picture when I went into the... Wait a second. 2 seconds.
YouTube.com/simracecheck.
Nope. It's 0% better. I guess I gotta quit the game then. And rejoin.
That's the end of the session. P1.
Ah, P1. Do we have a loading screen now or no? It's just insisting on being an asshole. Well, how about a screen capture then? It's gotta be able to sort that out. Now it's showing absolutely nothing. Well then, screen capture it is. Monitor 1. Poof, there we go. And we just gotta move that so that it fits the screen. Buddy, that's super annoying. Anyway, there we go. That works. Thanks for notifying me on the chat there. I wasn't even aware that was I got all 3 screens in use here, so I don't have the screen or the stream playing anywhere. I just have the chat box open.
Track's clear. Push, push, push. Your brakes are cold. Take it easy.
So what a hassle to just start doing a few laps. 2 laps, and then we'll look at some ride-out stuff and some suspension stuff. See if we can figure something out. Make this car go a little bit faster. Definitely not particularly good on the curves yet, but we can get there. There's stuff to work with. Don't brake while turning right now in this track. That's gonna kill you. Acceleration, oh, that's pretty good. It's only, I think, off throttle and braking. It's got some balance issues. Whoa, that's a huge issue. That's gonna hurt. Ow.
Okay, Peter, you picked up a bit of aero damage.
I don't think it was that serious. Low speeds on the curbs is also quite funky. Actually half decent.
You're locking your right front going into PlayStation chicane.
I'll explain why all of the flat spotting is gone now. Actually a very nice line through there again. I don't know why I'm hitting those so good right now. It's been like more than a week or 2 weeks since I've been racing. Let's try not to do anything stupid in the course. The end of that was pretty bad.
You've just done a 3:42.3. Good lap. That's your quickest today. Your times are good in all 3 sectors. Your brake temperatures look good.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Sector 1 is 0.9 off the pace. Could do with a little bit more power lock, maybe just a tiny bit. You're a 10th off the pace in Sector 2. That was not probably. That was quite dangerous.
That lap was a 3:42.2 seconds. That's your quickest lap. Sector 1 is 0.9 off the pace. You're a tenth off the pace in Sector 2. Sector 3 time is fast. Sector 1 is 0.31 off the pace.
No, it's not. It's 0.6 faster than I've ever been. Come on. Fastest lap of the day. Come on. That wasn't too good. The wide line in the center corner there just... Yeah. That's not good. He's not good on the throttle early enough if you get it that wide. Just like that, it's shit dangerous, man.
Shit, Peter. Come on, keep it between the lines. They'll delete this lap.
I know. No, they won't. Time's still counting.
Sector 2's a second off the pace.
Really bad. Turn in on the stair now. Really gross. Let's do an insanely quick course curve now. Come on. Start by scrubbing speed by going sideways. That's not gonna be insanely fast. That's not good either.
You've had quite a lot of aero damage. You might need to come in and get it fixed.
Well, we got the data that we need, so let's look at that. I think you should be able to see that. Yeah. It's actually not half bad. That's about how I see it. Let's pull up the data. If the disk wants to load, just anytime around now would be good. Thanks. 2 fast laps. Identify problem areas by looking at oversteer and understeer, which I have. Where do I hide my oversteer and understeer calculations? I don't remember. Because why don't I remember that? No, that wouldn't be under suspension.
Should have been in the driver report here. Driving general. Steering, G-forces, lateral things. Channel report, steering wheel. New worksheet. Steering. I already have any steering. Steering 2. Steering percentage, yaw rate, steering arm. Oh, there we got it. We got it down here. Okay. So what we got to look at is find the problem areas where the oversteer suddenly spikes. So we know we had one. We've got one on lap 2 here coming out of the Porsche curve. So that's at the beginning of that. And at the beginning of the same lap, we had some oversteer coming out of the Dunlop chicane. So that's about right too. So let's zoom in on this and see what's happening in this general area. Why did we have oversteer in this particular area? So did we do any braking? Nope. Let's look at tractions. So actually it peaked at throttle at that time. A little bit of oscillation in the and the diffuser actually went down to 0 rake before the front being lower again. So it seems like it's a transition when it's moving the weight from the front of the car to the rear of the car, and that might not be going quite fast enough. In here there should have been something about differentials also, which I don't really see. A lot of camber stuff. Tracks, contact patches. Rear left, rear right is actually peaking contact patches. I wonder what's happening to this car. That on the transmission. Yeah, here we got the differentials. So on the throttle, car starts to slide. We get rear rotation speed, rear left and right. Actually, there's not really much happening around here, is there? That's where we got the full throttle. Rear wheels is about the same speed. I'm not really sure we can blame the setup for that one. I think that was actually a driver issue. May have just been overdriving the car. Driver. Steering. And the oversteer comes a little bit after going on to the throttle, so that's actually... That might actually... We could... Maybe that is solvable, just reducing the effect of that just a little bit by decreasing the power lock just a little bit. And I'm sensing that we got a lot of turn-in understeer. Maybe also open up the differential while coasting. Preload seems a bit high. And then to look at data for the entire lap, and lap 2 was the best lap. And I believe I got that under traction also, is where I got the rake graphs. The diffuser rake is going like crazy. So the ride height, the front ride height is 16, the rear ride height is 41. So the rear ride height seems in general to be just a little bit too high. At least if we wanna flatten that out and make the ride height difference front to back like sort of the same. So we need to lower the car a little bit in the rear. Let's give it 0.2 centimeters. The curb problems, like dancing on the curbs, is the fast rebound in the front, which we should have been able to take that up a bit. We can't, so we gotta compensate by taking up the fast bump. And then we lower the fast bump in the rear, and particularly the fast rebound needs to be extremely low to make it understeer on the curbs. And I'm running, I am apparently running Packers to keep the car from bottoming out, because generally the fault with the Enduracer's car is that the cars are undersprung, so the springs can't get hard enough, and the way they compensated for that is by making the dampers very hard. So they got incredibly hard dampers and pretty soft springs, so that's just in general another error in those cars. You can see right here coming down to Indianapolis, it's actually bottoming out a couple of times. Rear's bottoming out, going down towards the first chicane on the Mulsanne straight a couple of times. How are we looking when the car is at high speeds? Let's try and look just at the data before braking here. We're looking at 0.2 millimeters lower in the front, and it's actually still just bottoming out, so we can give that like 0.2 on the Packers, both front and rear, and we already lowered the rear 0.2, so that should level that out just a little bit. So I think that's it. Let's do some more testing, test runs. I love it. It's also very special to run this car, because I don't really think the Enduracers guys really test the cars running with this extremely low downforce setups.
Disengage limiter, pit exit's clear. Let's get some heat into these brakes.
A little bit more predictable, maybe. Definitely better on the curbs. That's all the small bumps that just sucks it up. Hey, Lasse. Evening. So you found your way over to the Sim Racing Tech channel. Good on ya, mate. Don't think I can teach you anything. Anyways. Better turn in, a little more front end grip. What's the frowny face about, Lasse? It's about me not being able to teach you anything, or game sound. Oh, okay. That actually should have been fixed. I've had much bigger issues, I tell you. I might be able to fix that. Not like that. I won't.
Somewhere around here is an OBS, and then let's park it at the side and put the game volume down.
Sector 2 is yellow.
Oh, Jesus, the guy, the crew chief guy is just screaming like crazy.
Sector 2 is clear. Take it easy, you've got cold tyres.
That should have fixed the volume.
Seeing right front locking into Mulsanne.
Or at least it should be better now. Well, Les, I try to do things that's not particular to any sim, so the stuff like ride height and heights and suspension is just like, that's a general thing. You can use that in any sim. It's definitely more predictable now and way faster. This is now like a scary fast. Not saying it couldn't be better, but it's like scary fast. Whoa, 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 whoa. Still don't brake when hitting the curbs. Just don't. Yeah, it's the GTR 24H server. And I'm in the Endurance Racers car. The red one. I'm also, if anyone's interested, I'm also on TeamSpeak on ts.gtr24h.org or .org. Whoa! That was too
You're
fast.
0.2 off the pace in Sector 1. Now delete this lap, you've cut the track.
That was too fast.
Your brake temperatures are fine, mate.
Anyway, still just trying to collect some data. We need to, next time, look at camber angles, tire pressures. Actually, anyone's welcome to join the server. It's the GTR24H server in rFactor 2 lobby. But I don't think I will be driving much longer. This was just a small testing session.
Watch your rear tyres, they're pretty cold.
See how the color grabs down there in the corner. It's not really using the outside of the tires, but that seems to be like a general rFactor 2 thing. But the temperatures from the inside to the middle seems to be almost equal even when driving straight, so that tells me that we may not have enough We may not have enough camber on any. We might be wrong on all of the wheels. Sideways entry again. Apparently I love those. Apparently a sideways entry is always the best entry. So we get no time for that, so let's do one with the time.
Sector 1 time is good.
Now look at the tire temperatures evening out now, so it's at least 2 laps before we can use those data, that data for anything. Take your time, Leslie. Take your time. Whoa! Well, the unpredictable is it's gotten a little less than it was before, but it's still a little bit twitchy. Like that. See how the curbs kind of upset the car.
Bad luck, Peter. This lap won't count. You've cut the track.
You can see it now. Let's actually let's do that on full screen here, and let's go down and look at the inside. See how the car comes. See how touching the curbs with the rear wheel gets the car loose. See, I'm already pushing it on the limit here, and then touching the curbs there, it just breaks the rear end loose completely. So there's still that dampening issue. So you can take that out, but it's always a compromise. It might introduce some general understeer on the rest of the track, and we definitely don't want that. We just wanted to understeer a little bit more when going over the curbs. So what I'm doing is trying to adjust the fast bump so that the car is substantially more dampened in the front than it is in the rear. And we might actually want to take something off the slow bump too here, and definitely go down on slow rebound also. I want to go up to 5 here on the slow rebump in front. See how that affects the car. Maybe also try and work a little bit more on the sound, since that seems to be an issue still. I might need to do that in the mixer. So R-Factor 2 is still turned way down. Now it's turned all the way down. Oh, I can still hear it, so I know you guys can too. But don't know how my voice comes across on top of that. I hope it's better. And then there's crew chief. He's still gonna come in yelling like a maniac. That should have its own volume here. There we go. Let's turn him right down. That should be a lot better.
Pit exit's clear. Your brakes are cold, be careful.
So you want to be careful with adjusting tire temperatures before we've done more than 3 laps. Because really we don't know what's going to happen. Let's try and cut this a little bit heavy. See how the car it behaves just so nice.
Your tyres are cold, watch out.
And still turning in properly. Man, I'm looking forward to try this in the Porsche curves now. And it's not bottoming out there. Just once. Might still be able to fix that with... Whoa! Still throwing the rear end around when trail braking a little bit. Maybe that was just a little bit too much on my behalf, but I tend to first make the car like safe and then like dial back the oh, this is not safe, and then dial back the safe again to kind of to make it faster in the end. But a fast and stable car is like, I think that's like the way to set up cars for endurance racing. Right now this is a little bit scary.
Your brake temperatures are looking good.
Tire temperatures are also pretty even. Got to keep an eye on that because that's the main indicator for tire wear. Definitely don't want to create a car that's wearing out its front or rear tires faster than the opposite end of the car, because that's just gonna create a world of problems. I kind of like the gear ratios. I think maybe that 4th gear should be just a tad bit long. Well, we had a bit of that. We had a bit of the same thing already earlier.
Incident in Sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow.
It's throwing the rear end of the car around while under braking, so can't really use that because at the turn in here to the Porsche curve,
Sector 3 is clear.
You need to be able to trail brake because the turn is so long that you want to kind of drag the braking zone into the corner.
We're seeing front locking going into Porsche curves.
Keep scrubbing up a little bit of speed during the entire entry to the corner. Now this part is very nice. So fixing all that curb thing just caused it to gain like massive braking, steering in No, that was pretty understeery, so it's mostly just while trade braking. I could just stop doing that so massively. You don't have to be trail braking the car that hard. Picked up a little bit of a flat spot and a lot of tire wear. So tires on the left side of the car is definitely, those are about one in now. Got a little bit of aero damage, not too much though. Not so much we can't test the car. Handles those curves, even when on the throttle, it just handles it really nicely.
Your sector 2 time is quick. Your right sides are cold.
Yeah, I can see that, buddy. Oh, 0.9 of a second. That's pretty good. Maybe the brake pressure is also set up kind of just a little bit too hard. Well, the Packers thing and all that leveling out really helped with the grip here through the post curves. That was super fast, super grippy. That could have been even faster. That was just me. That's not a good enough driver yet. Still even. So we ended up not even faster because I fucked up.
You're a 10th off in sector 1. We're seeing a bit of wear on your left rear.
Because I'm punishing this car. Okay, that was pretty nice. pretty quick too. Nice line. I'm happy about that one. We're going to be in the 1.5 to 2 seconds faster here on Sector 2.
Sector 2 time is good.
1.4. Ah, not quite as good as I expected. All in all, we could do a bit faster in the boss curves than last time as well. So maybe approaching a 3:40 something time. That was definitely fast. That was a little bit too much. That was very, very fast indeed. That was also very fast. Come on, 3:40.
Last lap was a 3:40. That's your fastest lap. You're a tenth off the pace in Sector 1. Sector 2 time is okay. You're 2/10 off the pace in Sector 3.
Oops. It's a little bit too much. Wow!
Sector 1 is quick.
That was so close to a cut track up there. That wasn't the best, but it was kind of a good line, but I didn't recognize how good the line was until it was actually too late. I should have been way earlier on the throttle. Well, I felt it was a little bit bad entry, so I didn't push it as hard as I maybe should have, and that was completely messed up.
You're locking your left front, braking for Michelin chicane.
I braked too late, and I had to push it too hard.
We need to find a tent in Sector 2. Your tyre temperatures look good.
I think I caught that little bit of sideways moment into the first porch curve there pretty well.
Oh, sideways moment. Ah, fishtail. Too bad. I was pushing it too hard. Anyway, fixed that setup.
Come on, track limits. This lap won't count. Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate.
Much better. Ta-da!
You're locking your fronts going into the second Ford chicane.
Le Mans. That was much better. Let's look at let's look at the data. Do the boring part. Analyze. So that was the bottoming out part. That's definitely still happening. So 0.1 of a centimeter more, or maybe 0.2. 0.2. Let's not go and do too little about the problem now. And then same thing, only need to check that in the Porsche curves to check the ride heights and the rake. Now it's looking like it's mostly completely flat. That might be why we're getting the why we're getting the more grip. Because it definitely feels more grippy. Like a lot more grippy. And now we're talking camber angles. So, got some new math that I set up here. It's actually pretty interesting because I got it to work now. Not that. Here we go. That should be under traction and then body roll. Now we got the body roll in degrees. So it doesn't actually roll the body that much. So it's down to 0.1 of a degree, both front and rear. That's actually very little. Like where it's averaged about here, like 0.24 in the back and 0.22 in the front. So we should try maybe go double that, like it's around 0.5 in the front and 0.4 in the back. So we definitely got way too much camber and we can't even make it lower than that. So there you go, that's EnderRacer's mod for you. You want to make the perfect setup? Well, it's not doable. They just won't put enough options into the setups of these cars that you can set that up. It's so freaking annoying. And with that, I'm gonna end tonight's stream because it was just supposed to be a little short stream with a couple of laps, and we did that. And now there's something in the video about making the car go faster. We've been around some dampers again, making the car run properly on curbs. There's been a little bit of differential tweaking and some ride height tweaking. So there's something to look into there. You want to rewind the video and watch it again later to pick up those few tips in there. And with that said, I am ending for tonight. It was really fun. Thanks for watching and see you again soon.
YouTube.com/simracecheck.
That's the end of the session, P1.